We're going to look at how to configure academic years and holidays within academic years. I-GTM works on the principle of a start and an end of an academic year and holidays during that academic year where students travel outbound and inbound. So let's start by setting up the academic year for 2023-24 in this particular example. So the first thing we do is we add the academic year and set the start and end date. And once that's done, we can then start to set the travel dates within that academic year. So we now click on the three dots at the end of that particular academic year and open it up. The first thing we need to do is to set the start and end travel dates of the academic year. So we'll enter the start travel date. This doesn't have to be a single day. You may well have two different dates on which students return to school, which could be, for example, sixth form and new starters maybe start a day earlier than the rest of the school, and so on. So it's perfectly possible to hook more than one travel day onto the start or end of the year, or indeed onto the start or end of a named holiday. So we'll start by naming the beginning of term. We're not going to use a timetable at this stage. Timetables are for coach routes that run on a given travel day. We haven't yet set our coach routes up, so we're just going to move on and return to the timetable selection if indeed we set up coach routes on a given travel day. So we'll just set the travel day for the end of the academic year now, which is the end of the summer term. So let's just do that, and then once that's done, we can start to add the named holidays within the academic year and the outbound and inbound dates for those named holidays. So just save that, and we've now got our academic year start and end travel dates. So let's now add the first holiday. The first holiday we've got on our timetable here is an exeat, being a long weekend in the terminology of this particular school that we're adding. So Michaelmas Exeat 1 we'll call this. Save that, and now under Michaelmas Exeat 1 we click the three dots and we get the opportunity to add the start and end, so the outbound and return dates for that first exeat. Again, every time give the holiday a name so that when the parents are picking that holiday from the list of available travel dates, it has an intelligible name that is meaningful. So we'll enter the start date and the time that school breaks up, and then we'll enter the return date for the first exeat, and we'll just carry on doing this throughout the academic year until we've built up all of the outbound and inbound travel dates for all of the named holidays throughout our academic year. And that will then present all of those dates in a list for parents to be able to select from and book travel against. And that's the way academic years work. I hope that's useful.